Hey everybody, today we're going to be doing a review over the Wen 10-inch bandsaw. This thing's actually been pretty good to us so far, so we thought we'd go ahead and do a review so that way you guys can check it out and see if that's something that you want in your shop. It's kind of a low-cost model, which means it's cheap, but it really doesn't give cheap performance. We'll go ahead and show some of that to you here during the video, so definitely stay tuned for that. But before you do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to know about when all of our newest woodworking videos come out. In the meantime, let's get to the review. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and get our Wen bandsaw out of the box. Basically comes out looking like this. Just gently put that down on the ground. And then to get it set up for the legs, we're going to go ahead and follow the manufacturer's instructions and lay it on a couple of pieces of wood. This actually makes sense once you start putting the legs on. As you can see, it comes with 4 metal legs. These are actually pretty darn sturdy, especially if you get all the screws and bolts in correctly. And then it has some stretchers to give it some extra rigidity. And this is actually a good time to go and put the rubber feet on the bottom, but if you forget like I did, you can always just tilt it forward just like this to get those feet on, and there you go. And then just put the table on with the 4 screws and you're all done. So this is basically how this one works. You're just going to turn the little handle there, and then you have access to your wheel and to your blade. Same thing on the bottom. You have all your adjustment spots on the top and back. It even has a little locking wheel to make sure it doesn't go out of alignment. Basic adjustment for the guard height. And it also has a lock on it to keep it from sliding down while you're doing your milling or cutting, whatever you're doing at the moment. Has a 1.5 horse motor and also has a multi-size dust port, so it'll fit just about any type of vacuum you can come up with. Comes with a cheap miter gauge, no big deal there. It's actually pretty accurate though, and a fence. We actually took off the inner part of the fence on here because that gives it a nice straight profile. Probably would want to do the same if you get this. Has a little safety release switch here, so this way you can keep the kids from cutting their fingers off. And of course the power switch for the light. All on that one panel. And the little plastic guard that can be replaced out with a zero clearance guard pretty easily. And you can make it on the bandsaw. These are basically your bearings here for the blade. Those are adjusted with an Allen key. And the light again. So we're going to start by resawing some 3/4 inch pine down the middle. This didn't take very long. The factory blade was actually pretty fast on this. And that is the factory blade. Give a pretty good cut. Not very much chafing on there. And we're doing a little MDF circle cut here with it. And this is actually a 3 TPI blade that we use normally for ripping. I was just lazy and didn't take it off. But it did a fine job at making the circle here. And this is some walnut we ran through there again with that 3 TPI blade. You can see it doesn't cut through it super fast, but it does get through it, and once you start getting going, it seems to catch up pretty well. So parting thoughts on the Wen 10-inch bandsaw. It is a lower end model, so it doesn't have as much horsepower as like a nice super high-end $1,000+ type of bandsaw has. But I'll tell you what, I've used those too, and honestly, there's not a lot of difference between the two of them. The only thing that you probably should do, and you'll probably do this with any bandsaw that you buy, is replace out the factory blade. But we bought a few different types of blades for it, including the 1/2-inch 3 TPI blade for going and doing resawing. And then we have the little blade over here for cutting angles and things like that. Not saying that the factory blade's bad, it's actually quite useful and it seems to be pretty hardy. But overall, you really kind of need these. And since bandsaw blades are so cheap, why not go buy one of those? But yeah, if this is something that you're interested in, we're going to leave some Amazon links down below for both the bandsaw and also for some of the blades that we know actually work on the bandsaw. So definitely check that out. It helps support the channel and we appreciate it. In the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon as we have more woodworking videos coming your way. Thanks again for watching and have a great day in the shop.